Entrepreneurship is one of the most important things because you never want to feel like you're reliant on a 9 to 5, because as we can see, anything can happen. I do still have this 9 to 5, but what I'm trying to do is build something that, can be passed down, that can expand. I want to make sure that while I have this platform here, I can also utilize that to promote what it is that I have going on. My newest business is Cup. Coffee uplifts people, and we're opening a coffee shop. I think with the brick and mortar location, it's always a long build out time. And so one thing that we did was we have these huge pictures in the window that tells you what's coming, and there's a big picture of me, and initially I was kind of embarrassed by that. But it actually was a great marketing strategy, because even when I'm sitting outside in Brooklyn, people are coming up to me because they've seen my picture outside the coffee shop. So they know there's a coffee shop coming. They know that I'm involved with it. They know the location. So that's months of basically having a billboard up. The hardest part in trying to start a business is the things that you have no control over. And usually that means dealing with other people, partnerships, employees. There's just so many different variables and different personalities, and you can't predict how people will be in the future. Sometimes you think it might be a great partnership, then you get into it and you realize things need to be adjusted. There's always issues when it comes to money and other people. So I would say that's an ongoing thing that you're always going to have to manage. What really helped me as far as starting a business was the Small Business Administration in New York, and I always encourage people to utilize those services because we pay for them with our tax dollars. I think that when you are an entrepreneur, you should always be thinking about what's next, and there always will be a crossroads moment at some point, right? Nothing is ever smooth all the way through. When I started my pressed juice company, Drink Fresh Juice, we did have some issues in the beginning. I think we didn't have a complete team that we needed. I also underestimated the cost of shipping something that's cold. And so it was just a matter of regrouping. I did have to stop the business for a little while and then figure out a strategy to move forward. I could have just gave up on it, but instead I felt like we had a great product, which is really the foundation of what you need for a great business. I always encourage people to never stop and never settle, because if you believe in yourself, then that's how other people will believe in you. If you are really passionate about what it is that you're doing, then you can't fail. You just have to figure out how. Sometimes initially the way you go about things isn't going to work the way you anticipated, which means that either you have to pivot or it means that you have to go back and say, okay, what's another way that I can approach this? And I would never settle, because once you do, you're too comfortable. I always say when I feel too comfortable, it's time to do more.